I think the LGA Conference, Fire Conference, has been really useful because it's really hit on all those things that are within our priorities as well. So from building safety through to inspectorate and learning, from the HMIC inspections through to the standards board, the pay negotiations nationally, comprehensive spending review, many of the National Fire Chiefs Council projects, so the workforce programme, the community risk programme. So it's really hit on all those themes and enabled a discussion between elected members, professionals, representative bodies, getting together and making sure we try and move forward together in the right way. I'm really pleased that we've now got our Hackitt Building Safety Implementation team in place. It's been some journey getting the money from government to make sure we get that in place. People like Nick Coombe, Mark Harden and Penny Pender have been doing some sterling work to keep that going in the meantime. But now we've got a fully dedicated team. We've got changes to approved document B, we've got consultation on the new regime for fire safety, we've got consultation on competence for everyone involved. So as we move forward into the new regime, National Fire Chiefs Council can maintain its influence and really push forward that view of fire and rescue services, fire and rescue authorities working with colleagues from local government association to ensure we have the safest buildings we possibly can have going forward. So succession planning, talent management, if you want to call it that way, looking to the future for fire and rescue services is becoming a really emerging theme. It's become fairly obvious to me that the turnover, particularly at Chief Fire Officer level, has been increasing. That obviously has knock-on effects for other principal officers and management throughout services. But I was doing this research myself the other day, and if you look at three categories of temporary, promoted in 2019, leaving in 2019, that's a third of the chief fire officers in the UK. A couple of implications for that is not only that change and churn, but these new people will have to learn their day job, quite rightly first. So it reduces our capacity at the national level as a National Fire Chiefs Council. So a few things to look at is first of all the succession planning, mentoring of those new people, making sure we've got talent coming through the organisation or joining the organisation at appropriate levels, but then also ensuring the capacity of the National Fire Chiefs Council to support all those things we spoke about earlier, inspection standards, building safety, comprehensive spending review, isn't reduced too much. Yeah, so from the inspections, we know the themes already, so fairly good at emergency response, protection needs some investment, our efficiency could be better, and our culture of diversity, the way we deal with people, needs quite a bit of improvement. So what we're looking to do is have an improvement framework for the National Fire Chiefs Council that will support fire authorities and fire and rescue services. So that won't only be learning from the inspections, but learning from Grenfell, learning from Hackitt, national operational learning, bring that into an improvement framework so we do these things once and help people with products to move forward. Really good examples, the leadership framework, a year's consultation, now been launched. We'll be looking to get that embedded. And that leadership framework talks about leadership from firefighter to chief officer, chief executive, the whole level. Getting that in place will really help with some of those cultural issues we think are about in the service. Linking also some diversity. We're hearing some good news about diversity, especially with women joining the fire service, but there's still a long way to go. We mustn't take our foot off the gas when moving forward on those. So in terms of the National Fire Chiefs Council, the next priorities for us are really taking that next step to maturity that we started in our last meeting, so having really big open strategic debates, and I think things around safe systems of work, succession planning, the current industrial relations climate and what's happening around pay are big things we'll be discussing at the next council. We've now got teams in place for building safety, which is really good. The Central Programme Office is really starting to get up and running, supporting Standards Board. We have a new Finance Committee Chair in John Buckley from Nottinghamshire, and I really want to take this opportunity to thank Phil Hales for all the work he's done on that, because fair funding formula, comprehensive spending review, the pensions costs, there's some big issues to be dealt with in finance. So I think we've had a great 2 years. It's almost the end of the first 2 years of my tenure. 2 more years of tenure to go with some real priorities for us and a really good way of working. And the great thing about this conference is how many people have said how much better and how much mature National Fire Chiefs Council is to what we used to do under CFOA. And of course I was a director in CFOA for 6 years, so I was part of that. We did our best, but now we've really improved and really making a difference in the sector.